I wanted to show my Shop Weasel shopping bag holder in action. This past few weeks and months, we've had some quite windy weather and whatnot, and I had a few moments. I finished my project on my Shop Weasel Salamander folding travel cart, and I just wanted to document the ease which my Shop Weasel shopping bag holders navigates very rugged terrain. The past few weeks and months, I've had some bouts of high wind. It blew a little trash here and there on my property. I lost my canopy, my pavilion during some of the storms, and the roof on my building. So I wanted to demonstrate the ease that my Shop Weasel shopping bag holder will navigate some tricky terrain. You know, I live on a hillside, and I have terraces made here that I normally garden in the winters. In the summers and springs. And made it very usable, but it's still, it's got quite a bit of slope, and I have a little bit of debris. And I had a few moments, so I just wanted to document how easy it is to gather debris up. I'm having to do this with one hand, hold my bag and gather up some of this debris. My pavilion shredded, and I don't know what's blown out here, but I do know how easy it is to handle all this with my Shop Weasel shopping bag holder and a grabber. So I'm just going to sort of amble around and pick up some of these shreds of my pavilion that the wind and the weather bamboozled on me. These are great for disaster recovery work if you got a lot of debris or personal items that you want to pick out of and keep both your hands free. This will gladly do it. Or you can carry it around with a carabiner. I'm just using the hook. But you can put carabiners on this also. And, really de-stress a recovery scenario in a hostile environment. You can put one on each side. I only have one today. I noticed a piece of trash way down here that I've been ignoring for quite a while, and I knew I had some remnants of this and that. But if you have a disaster, these are great for in-home, kitchen, shop work, play, camping, or disaster recovery. They're more effective and offer a greater daily endurance of recovery cleanup, no matter the scenario. If it's your own belongings or personal goods that you're trying to retrieve, or an environmental cleanup. I've seen a lot of videos in the news over the years, my 57 years, and like the Valdez oil spill, and something like this makes better sense. You can carry 50 plastic bags in a pack and a pair of these, and outperform toting big oversized cans or another piece of something. I don't even know what any of this stuff is. My grabbers are about wore out also. But I've seen their recovery efforts over a lot of events. I was the first responder to Andrew, and I innovated these Shop Weasel shopping bags holders, and it was my curiosity, being the innovator of them, just to see exactly how they perform. And compared to carrying 50-gallon black trash bags, which are very fatiguing, it's quite impractical to send a person out to do a chore toting one or a handful of 50-gallon plastic bags. Once you put a quarter or a tenth of the volume in the bottom of it, they become unwieldy and very stressful to try to drag them around, especially on a challenging environment. Versus this, I've easily walked around while we've been sitting here talking, effortless. I could have two of them or three, whatever, and more on standby in case one gets damaged. Even though they are very resilient and forgiving, they're very commanding. You can even walk around with it in your hand effortless for prolonged periods of time. Once you fill your bag up, it's easily detached from the frame, placed on the ground, and move on, and then you can come back and recover your ground to retrieve your full bags of whatever you have. But I've discovered this makes a lot more sense in a recovery effort, especially in mass. If you have a hurricane, a tornado, a natural disaster, a man-made disaster, an oil spill. There's a fake leaf off my floral arrangement I had up in under my gazebo. It fell apart. It was like 3 years old. I've been picking bits and pieces of brack up off this ground for 17 years. I did most of the stuff here. I dozed this piece of ground up here. I terraformed this strip here. I used to mow all this, but I've let it go back to the wildlife. I realized the wildlife enjoys a more natural setting. So, and I wasn't going to garden the whole thing or whatnot. I might one of these days, but I doubt it. I'm going to refine and rebuild this whole place eventually. But I just wanted to demonstrate the sensibilities on the most extreme spectrum of how this could be used. I know indoors in the kitchen is friendly, it's fun. In hook, in hand, on end, or in the stand is my logo jingle. But even in the most extreme rugged environments, it outperforms most traditional methods of collecting, in particular small stuff, many small items that you need retrieved, whether it's in the kitchen preparing your food. You can always throw a clean bag in it and set it on your counter comfortably, knowing you have a clean utensil. There's an old zip strap. My water froze a while back, a couple of weeks ago, and I had to do a lot of emergency stuff here in the extreme cold, and I left a little debris here and there. My whole water line was froze. It was 3 below, and it normally don't do that here. So I was like, well, I left my water running for like 10 above, and when it dipped to 3 below, it froze the whole thing. So I was without water for a few days, but that ain't the point of why I'm making this video. I'm struggling to achieve greater communication amongst the public of the usefulness of my Shop Weasel shopping bag holders. And, it dawned on me the other night, I haven't did a lot of video display of this. But I do know, I've recognized the superior qualities that this is. It's a multi-tool. And, it looks professional, it looks beautiful and neat and nice and fun. This is a light duty version I've been walking around with. I do have a Gorilla version, heavy duty double framed. It holds over 7 pounds, but I've tested that, and you can hold it down on end with over 7 pounds in it with a double bag. But holding it straight out, it sort of strains your wrist. You're sort of pushing it at 6 and 7 pounds, and I'm a big guy. But if you're doing an environmental recovery, whether it's a factory spill, an environmental spill, a roadside accident, if you have a car crash site and you have a lot of small stuff that you want to gather up, these are perfect to keep in a tow truck or a rescue vehicle, just to carry the stuff that you don't want everywhere, whether it's broken glass, biohazard bandages or medical products, anything, crime scenes, even if it's your home, if your home's been damaged or devastated and you want to go pick your belongings out of a muddy environment or something. These are perfect, you know. The bags mitigate contaminating you, and it allows you to put your belongings in a recoverable status, friendly and easily, without stress, without fatigue. These will outperform the fatigue factor and maximize your effectiveness and efforts. So I just wanted to document this further, and I did my chore with it. I've gathered up the few things that were bothering me that I kept seeing off in the distance, and I recovered them while I made this video for you. So I hope you all have a good day. Check out my other videos. Feel free to inquire if you're a large financial capable interest that I'm looking for. You know, I'd love to mass produce my products to the public. They would find that the great value in them that I have. That's why I built them. I no longer get frustrated messing with shopping bags, and they are free, to me at least. They are available in bulk if you want to keep a set of them around. You know, they're pretty affordable. You can buy a 100-pack or a 500-pack or even a 50-pack of these plastic bags and keep them around, depending on what your activities are, you know. Jason Faulkner, East Tennessee, thank you for your time. Wish me luck. You have a good day. Thank you.